Yeah, hi guys. So, just do a video. This who who mocks God the most? This guy here, Ian. Uh, I've seen him for years, and he's harassing me to answer his questions. I don't want to answer his questions because there's some people that don't want the answers. Right? They're not after the answers. What they're after is just to defeat the Bible. This is all they want. He spent years accumulating all his information and stuff against the Bible or whatever. So if I try and rebuke him, like using Wikipedia or something, he'll say, "Nah, nah, you can't use that. It's corrupt." Except when it's got his information in there, then you can use it. But if it's got any biblical in there, it's corrupt. You can't use it. All right, so I'll have to use it once at least, just to look up some of the stuff he talks about. So yeah, where do we go? So I'll go right down the bottom here. He's got, when the Bible tells you darkness is light. I've still got to look up what verse he's referring to about that. Ezekiel 14:19. Um, he's got these ones here: the imprison of Galileo, the Inquisitions, Bruno burning alive at the stake, and blah blah blah. So, because he's a caring man, right? He cares about these people that were dying. So, all right, who's God? Let's find out who God is. Who he thinks God is a nice little princess fairy that loves everybody, dances around. Okay, well that's not God. So we have here, therefore, have he mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he will harden. So I'll put this in the NLT, as he thinks KJV is a Freemason Bible. He probably thinks every Bible is a Freemason Bible. It doesn't matter. You can't use anything as evidence to a mind like this. But anyway, so you see, God chooses to show mercy to some, and he chooses to harden the hearts of others, so that they refuse to listen. So the ones that don't want to listen, right, are used for good. So even though he's going around terrorizing Christians, he's been doing it for years, by the way. I've known him for a long time. Harassing and attacking Christians. He's doing good because he's teaching them, and he's causing them to have to study and to find out what he's talking about. So they'll go through and they'll learn new stuff and go, "Oh, that's why God did that. Very cool." Right? So we understand it, but he won't look. He's not interested in the answer. He won't go and look for the answer. So we'll show a couple here today. Okay, God said, "I form the light. I create darkness. I make peace. I create evil." All right. I create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. All right. So he's God. He made everything. Okay. John 1. All right. He was in the world, and the world was made by him. Who made the world? God made the world. All right. And the world knew him not. All right. And he came unto his own people. These people didn't receive him. Who's his own people? Those that love God. Right. They didn't know him. Alright, so, or say they knew him. So Jesus is God. Alright, we got that straight. Alright. Now, this Bruno fella. Okay, so apparently Bruno got burned at the stake for saying the earth was something or other, whatever it was. Alright, so Bruno began as a Dominican friar. He embraced Calvinism. Now, if you know what Calvinism is, it's like the beginnings of the KJV. Those that escaped to America on the Mayflower, they were this Calvinists, right? And they were escaping the Catholics, the Roman Catholic Church, right? Which this man here, Ian, will assume is Christians, right? They're not Christians. That's the Roman Catholic Church. It's a satanic church, right? They work for Satan. That's their job. So he's a Calvinist, right? And what is it? Roman candle is used for some fireworks because they used to burn Christians on the stake, and it was a fun practice, and they burn them at night, and they called them Roman candles. All right, so the Catholic religion is renowned for killing more Christians than anyone else out of all the other religions combined. Right? So you're sticking up for this man, a Christian, being killed by Catholics. Right? So all you had to do was 5 minutes of research, and you could have found that pretty easy. All right. So Galileo, I'll let you do it. Because I've just used Wiki. All right, and you don't like Wiki, so I couldn't be bothered going doing that either. All that stuff's easy. All you got to do is look, and you'll see it. Now the other things. What were you saying? Oh, who was Jefferson? All right, let's have a look. What was the lesson that we learned? Well, hang on. We better ask what your question was. Can't remember now. Anyway, this guy is saying that God's made pacts with people or whatever else. A lesson can be learned from Jephthah, however you say it. First, God can use us regardless of our background. We cannot change where we came from, yet God can use us in great ways despite our past. Second, we are not to make rash commitments or promises to God. So God always says, right, don't swear by the Bible. Don't swear by me. Don't do it, because you can't. You're not you're not capable of doing it. There's no way you can swear something. Don't do it. He says don't do it. He's always said don't do it. In Joshua's case, he lost his only child over such an action. Third, even when we do the right thing, we may have to endure hardship from others. Alright, so you're gonna get a hard time from other people, regardless of what you do for God. God doesn't make other people be nice. Alright, what's this one? Lying spirit. Oh yeah, why is God telling lies? Alright, let's go here. God chose to use a lying spirit because Ahab rejected God's rebukes and warnings all through his life, and the cup of God's wrath was full. Since God is sovereign over all creation, he is not restricted in what or whom he can use to accomplish his holy purposes. All of creation is under his authority, all of the creation, and he chooses to use people and spirits, both good and evil, to bring his divine plans to pass and bring glory to himself. He does as he pleases with the powers of heaven and people of the earth. No one can hold back his hand or say to him, what have you done? Alright? So, you've got to understand that God's not your friend, right? He doesn't. It's you that has to get to know him. He doesn't have to. He knows who you are exactly. He knows what your heart's like. So, all your questions are easy to answer, right? There's no point in going around and blah, 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 flinging this sort of stuff. Go do this. Got questions, alright? It makes life really simple. And, yeah, Ian, you're just basically an antichrist, alright? And so when I say, you're a tear, right? You start off and you pretend like you're a Christian and you know the Bible and stuff, right? But you haven't been using the Bible to get to know God. You've been using the Bible to try and find weapons against him. Alright, so this makes you an antichrist. That's what you are. Alright, and there'll be many antichrists. And until God does something, right? Because it won't be you that does it. God has hardened your heart, right? And you're going to stay this way until life gets very hard for you and very scary, and something really bad going to happen until you have to actually get down on your knees and ask God, please help me. All right, you will have to beg him to help you. All right, and until that point, you're against him, and he'll keep your heart that way. All right, so I may not have answered all your questions, but I've shown you how to find the answers, alright? So, don't be such a child. Go and find their answers, alright? God bless everyone that was listening. Thank you.